Hello everyone. Thank you so much for those wonderful responses on the previous video and also the questions that were DM'd to me. I need to answer them in multiple videos. It also tells me that it is the need of the hour, and so many of you have so many questions on motherhood. So, I'll continue to answer. Now, this time around, the question is, what if the woman is not wanting to become a mother? Can this also be a choice? Yes, it definitely has to be a choice and has to be respected by all stakeholders, which includes parents, partner, in-laws, everybody, without trying to convince the woman to become a mother and how it is important in her life, and how they try to convince, saying that it makes you complete and all of that. These are myths. Nothing makes you complete. Only you can make yourself complete. So I would say it has to be respected. If she doesn't want to become a mother, I think this is something which needs to be discussed with the partner before she gets enters into a wedlock, because it impacts the partner's life as well. So this is something which needs to be discussed before marriage itself, if that is what her choice is, and if she's sure of it. The second, if she's still saying that she's not yet ready for motherhood, that also has to be respected without trying to convince her as to how motherhood is needed, wanted, required, etc. It has to be respected as a choice. Now, coming back to this young 24-year-old client who said that she's not wanting to become a mother, to you, I would like to say that it is your trauma speaking. It is your trauma speaking. It is your childhood speaking, because what you have seen at home during, your mother was raising a child, or during your childhood, what you have seen in and around your relationships, and the woman that you have seen, your trauma started there, your trauma began there. And now, as an adult, when you're not wanting to become a mother, it is actually the fear that is speaking. It is actually the trauma that is speaking. It's a fear that I don't want to mess up with another child's life, just like the way my life has been messed up with. And that's why you have also mentioned in your question to me that motherhood is an irreversible decision. That itself talks about the amount of trauma and the fear that you have about the role, and how messed up your childhood has been because your parents weren't ready but yet had a child. So yes, when the woman is not ready, when the partners are not ready, and yet they become parents, they instill a lot of fears in the children, they instill a lot of anxieties in children, which get reflected in the child's adulthood life. And this is a classic example. So please don't convince someone into becoming a parent when they are not yet ready. Respect their choice instead, and wait for them to make the decision by themselves. Thank you.